poppin', YouTube family? It's your boy The White. Welcome back to the channel, Silverback Siage. Hope all is well with everybody. First off, do me a huge favor. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And hit that bell icon so you can be notified when I post new content. Well, like the title on the thumbnail says, spring is sprung, and it's my turn. Keep it locked. Well, like I said in the thumbnail, today I'm going to give you my top 11 fragrances that I plan to be reaching for this spring. Let's get it going. First, from Terenzi Draco. It's been a while since I smelled this one. But this is one I definitely plan to put in heavy rotation this spring. And what you get with this one here, it's fruity, it's sweet, and floral. And that opening, it starts off creamy and musky from the very beginning. But you do get the bergamot and lemon with a hint of orange. But the fruit note that actually reigns supreme in this fragrance throughout the entirety of it is the peach note. And that's mostly a note that they normally put in female ladies' perfumery. But in this fragrance, they mixed it in masterfully where it begins to dry down with the pear, heliotrope, and musk mixture with some vanilla and tonka bean hints in the base of it all. Very, very creamy fragrance, perfect for the spring. Next one, and I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time with notes because I got 11 of these to go through. Killian's Lure Vert. In that liquors collection, hence the bottle. Now what you get with this one here, you get a heavy absinthe note. So it is a little boozy, which is, I'm not for sure exactly which nationality made absinthe initially. It skips my mind as of right now, but you also get a strong hit of licorice. So this one here is green, it's spicy, and you do get some woody nuances in the dry down, being the woods, the sandalwood, and the patchouli. But it's an excellent spring offering for when you're moving around, especially when the wind hits it. Next one, Vintage Green by Banana Republic. Now with this one here, extremely fresh, spicy, and green, with a little florals in the dry down. But the bergamot and orange mesh very, very well. But like I said, within the title, it tells you that it's a green fragrance, but you do get a green tea note that pulls throughout the whole time frame of you having this on your skin, and then that fig backs it up to let you know that it's basically smelling like everything around you blossoming for the spring months. I will be wearing it some in the summer too, but to me it's more of a spring worthy list maker. Next one, we're going to the House of Mancera with Oud Lemon Mint. Now this one here, you do get a hint of oud, but considering that oud is in it, it's not the breadwinner of the scent profile. This one here is very citrus, very fresh, and then toward the end of the dry down, you get a woody dry down on here. The mint reigns supreme throughout the lifetime of the fragrance, but the lemon and almond, creamy almond, mixes in there to make the composition run very, very smooth. And then you get some pepperiness in that mid leading to that woody dry down and a hint of leather. Next one, and I'm going to make sure I get the name for this fragrance right because I had a fellow viewer that actually lives in New York, wanted to make sure I get this one right. And that's Greenwich Village, because I was calling it Greenwich. So I stand corrected, my brother. While most people actually compare this to Baccarat Rouge, to me, I may say about a 50-60% chance of it resembling it a little bit, but they're not one-to-one by no stretch of the imagination. But with this one, what I get, it's very fresh, it's musky, and there's some fruits in there, but there's also a floral hint to it as it begins to dry down. But the lychee note is a very, very somewhat feminine accord or note within this fragrance, but they don't go overboard with it. And then the white florals in that mid begin to get you to that dry down, with the praline that gives you like a nutty vibe slash maybe somewhat uh, creamy vanilla musky dry down, which the musky dry down is in almost all Bond number 9s. But this one will be in heavy rotation this spring. Next one. Now this one hasn't made it to the channel yet as far as a full review, but it's full review worthy coming down the road. But I went on through it in this list because it definitely fits. And that's, we're going to the house of Burberry with Burberry Touch. A very, very, first off, affordable fragrance that the scent profile punches well beyond this price point that you're going to pay for this. I think I paid about $32 or so for this at a suit place that sells different low discounted fragrances. But I also have shopped around with this one online. Don't hit you for a whole lot of money. But what you get with this one is woody, spicy, and fresh, with the violet leaf being the hit note in this composition here. But as it dries down, you get some white pepper and some nutmeg spice that once you get to that dry down, you'll have some musk and some tonka beans. So it does get a little powdery as it begins to dry down, but it's an everyday driver. This is one that's like blind reach worthy. You can wear it to work, you can wear it to Sunday service, you can wear it out on a date, you can just wear it to bed. It serves many purposes and it's very versatile. Next one. We're going to the House of Parfums de Marly with Greenlee. Fairly new to the collection, but as you can see by that bottle, I've got my fair share of wearers out of it last year when it was a little warm. This one here, Green Apple Bomb. It's fresh, it's green and fruity, but the green apple is the dominant fruit note in this fragrance here that reigns supreme throughout the whole time frame. You do get some bergamot and some orange, but it kind of hides in the background. And as it begins to dry down, you get a little bit of petitgrain, so you get a little bit of a hay-like vibe. And then as it further dries down, you do get some amberwood and some musk. Excellent green scent, hence the bottle. Ready for spring. Next one. Now this next fragrance here, this will probably be the last time you see it on the top spring fragrance list. Not because it's not a great fragrance, just because what I plan to do from this point in this video moving forward and in my future seasonal videos is to, if a fragrance has made my list 2 years in a row, I plan to move it on to another list that I'm going to keep secret right now. You guys will see it when I bring it to the table. But this particular fragrance is definitely going to make that list, and it allows other fragrances in my collection to get some shine. And that's to the house of Bond number 9 again with Bleecker Street. What can I say that hasn't already been said about this fragrance right here? Blueberry, fresh, green. And as it dries down, you get a little bit of a gourmand touch with some caramel, some aquatic vibes, and an amber and vanilla combination that gives you some smooth creaminess. But the blueberry and the caramel in this fragrance reign supreme, and that's what really, really gives this fragrance its uniqueness and sets it apart from everything else in this list as far as those notes combinations. Next one, fairly new to the collection, but had to be on this list. And that's Lamar by Kajal. This one here, pineapple bomb, mixed with that nice, sweet, jammy rose, and it also has other rose notes. I want to say Damascus rose in here, but what you get with this one is sweet, floral, and fruity in your opening. But the pineapple and the red berries are the star players in that opening. And then when you get to that mid, those rose notes and the magnolia and Bulgarian rose all intertwined together, which gives you the best of both worlds. It gives you some of the floral and like aromatic versions of rose along with the sweet and jammy, because it has so many different types of rose and floral notes in that mid. And then as it dries down, you get a unique toffee note that somewhat reminds you of caramel, but to me it's more of like a salty, savory type of scent profile, if that makes sense. Mixing in with that vanilla and that moss, this fragrance, awesome. I recommend that everybody at least get them a sample of it. If not, go ahead and blind buy this one because you'll be pleased with it. And not only is it versatile for a man, it's versatile for a woman as well. Second to last offering, we're going to the house of Zerjoff with 40 knots. Now this one here, from the box presentation to the bottle presentation to the fact that this fragrance alone can give an ultimate master course on how a fragrance is supposed to nuance from opening to mid to dry down. With this one here online though, you don't get all the notes, but I can pick up a lot of things that they don't list. But this one here is aquatic, woody, and sweet. And what it hits you with though is a seawater accord and a sea breeze accord. But as it begins to transition, you get some rose and some ambery nuances, which is not listed on no website. But I think they do that just so they can make sure that you can't really accurately clone this fragrance. But there's so many different changes and nuances to this fragrance. So it's very, very complex, but it's one that is a banger. I mean, game changer for your collection. And it has some greenness in there too. That's what hence making it make the spring 2024 list. And last but not least, arguably the best smelling fragrance in my collection by Marc Antoine Barrios, Ganymede. Or Ganymede, however you want to say it. Now this one here, there is a decent amount of leather in there. But it's not that cold weather, gotta wear a coat type of leather. It's a leather nuance that has a certain level of freshness to it, but that's because of those mineral notes. To me, the mineral notes and the greenness within this fragrance alone will allow it to not only be good in spring, summer, fall, winter. You can wear this year round. But to me, the way the leather nuances and the saffron that's in this fragrance mixes in with those mineral notes, and then you get to that woody dry down, to me, the mandarin and osmanthus balances it out until the point to where you can use it in the spring, but it can be fit in just about any list that you make all year long. Now, this is my 11 choices for spring 2024. Leave a comment in the comments and let me know if you know of any fragrance that should have made this list that I either already have, one that I need to get my nose on, or something that you could say that you disagree with from this list. I like y'all participation and I appreciate y'all. That's my time. Peace.